Welcome to Yeshiva Daf. She is sponsored by Nishvat Sami Yakashom Lev Asitzchok. We're holding in Avoda Zara Daf Yudalid. We're starting in Daf Yud Gimel base in the Mishnah. Says the Mishnah, Eilu Devarim Asurim Limkor Levet Kachavim. The following things you're not allowed to sell to a guy. It's the rublin, ubno shuach, ufot the choice, velavina. All this the Gemara is going to explain it. The vina we know is a type of spice. Vetain nigoy lovan, and a white rooster. You could sell them with white rooster, among other chickens. Meaning, if you have different types of chickens, one of them is white, so you can sell the white. And the reason is because the white one is what they use over the Zara. Was not true if there's only one white chicken, what do? Kriteya es its boy, he cuts his finger of the chicken, and he sells it. They do not makriv tavitz something that's missing a limb. So you take out the limb and you're good to go. Stone means, if I don't know any better, I could sell it to the guy because I'm not assuming it's going to Avoda Zara. But if he said clearly I'm giving it to Avoda Zara, then it's also. Also, dekel tav v'chotzov, we'll see what it is. Also, you're not allowed to sell it to a guy. So, the Gemara, if you doubt them, what is that? So, the Gemara Torniso. Torniso Rashi says the mean erez, the type of cedar tree. Tosis disagrees, and he holds that it's a type of earth, not a type of erez, because that's the tree. It brings a raya for the Gemara to come on. That it has to be something which is not miskayim. Very aminu says the Gemara, sifu aleim alachsonim v'tzebulim moichsasim ubnois shuach. We mentioned these four items. If you're talking about, if you say it's tzebulim is a toniso, we don't have it in shmito. Why? It doesn't have a root, doesn't have shviz. That's a Rav Toys against Rashi. We're not talking about a cedar tree. According to Rashi, the type of cedar tree doesn't have a root. We're talking about Peri de Arzo. Rashi calls it galan. Galan is a type of grain which you give to pigs to eat. Toys disagrees, but that's what Rashi wants. That's what it is. What is that? White figs, these are the Mershuach. What is that? Not talking about another item. We're just saying what you're not allowed to use. You're not allowed to use the one which is, hey, they're coming with their oiksing, with their stem. Because they hang it with a stem, that's what it means. That's what you're not allowed to sell. Levoina, a pure one. Rashi says a type of levoina. You could sell them a bundle. Because bundle, they're not going to use the whole bundle for the Zara. Clearly, they can do it for other purposes. The kama chavila, it's a package that has at least three. Someone that's very nice that he has only a few, but he's going to go and sell it to others. So the more not big yesoid on Rabbaye, alifnei mefagdinon, alifnei delifnei lo mefagdinon. We have a problem, alifnei evil ten mirshon, but lifnei delifnei we're not. And here, some of the Rishonim learn, the lifnei evil ten mirshon is by goy is a din darabon. Rabbanon with goy is there only a lifnei evil once, not a lifnei delifnei. So it means that I'm going to cause someone to cause someone else to do an aver. That's already too much. That's already something which is too for rich.
There's no lifting.
By Klai, so it's also even lifting. Yeah. Well, we mentioned in one of the Shomach Shabbos regarding lifting Mirshal, that the point of which you wrote brings a chakira. What is the reason lifting Mirshal is also? He says, is it a pshat mitzad ben adam lamokar? Meaning, Akash Baruch Hu doesn't want this action to happen. He doesn't want Avoda Zara to happen. So if I'm causing someone to do Avoda Zara, I'm causing an Aveira to happen in the world because Baruch doesn't want it. Or it's B'Adam L'Chaveira. Right. But Lifnei Iver means I'm not doing the Aveira, I'm causing someone else to do the Aveira. So I don't want, what's the problem? I don't want this very happen. Why are you causing someone, why are you entrapping someone to do it? But so it's that or you say it's because of another lachaver. Another lachaver means this person will be punished if he doesn't get if he does the aver. So you're causing a tzar. So what I brought there is a machlekes between Yeshua and the Noidi B'Yudo is a lifnei iver, is a deraisa by a goy or not. So that depends on this. If you held other lamokoim should be also by a goy, because both said not the goy should not do it. But it's one lachaver where by a goy I don't care so much that the goy gets a punishment. But you see that by a goy is a little different than a yid. So the one brings another difference. That by a goy, it's lifnei, the lifnei is different. It's already too much indirect.
What do we see explained? I think he said, yeah, you have the Yeshiva mitzvahs when they know. This is not what
Avoda Zara. You're causing them to do Avoda Zara, which is one of the Shem mitzvahs v'inoich. So you're able to lifnei by causing to do it. Says the Gemara Tanagol, with Nafidal the Mudalef right in the middle, pink to the middle. Tanagol Lavan, a white rooster. Without Tanagol Limi. If the goy comes and says, who has a rooster? It doesn't say a white one. You could sell him a white one because it shows the fact he's not specifying which one he wants. That means he's not really looking for Avoda Zara. But if he says Tanagol Lovan to me, clearly he says I want it to be white. Also we call it Tanagol Lovan. Now let's sell a white rooster. He says you could sell a white rooster among other chickens. Meaning, that's in our Mishnah. He could sell a bunch of chickens, a bunch of roosters, black, brown, and white as well. The fact he's buying all of them, that means he doesn't really care for Avoda Zara. Hechidam says the Gemara. If he came and said, I'm looking for a white one. Someone said, you know what, I'm going to sell you a 20 and one of them is white. Clearly the fact he's looking for a white one, he's looking for Avoda Zara. If I say I just need a chicken, he didn't say what. So I just need a chicken. So and says Abudo, if you sell him 20 and one of them is white, it's okay. But to sell him a white one directly, even though he just said he didn't specify white, it's a problem. So question what we just said, you could say between the three. What does it mean? Rashi says that he said, he basically said, he said, he didn't mention white, but he mentioned others. He said, I want a white, I want a black, I want a brown, I want a malmulta. So you tell him, maybe that's Hartman. So Rabbanan says Hartman, and Yechezkel says no, if you sell him a bunch of them. Toises learns that means he comes to his field and says, give me this one and this one. That's what he says. So there he is pointing out to the white. It's a problem. But if he said in general, I'm looking for a rooster, do you have anything for me? And one of them has to be white, then you could give him the white. Said according to Rashi, the first zeh is lav dafka, but he means anyone. Even if he said talagol zeh, and he pointed out exactly what he wants, if he's making a celebration for his son, the Gemara understands at this moment that it means he's making a wedding, or he has a sick person in his house and he needs to feed him, mutter. Why? He's not being for Avoda Zara. Says the Gemara, but we learned, sorry, I should have said that, that's our argument, so the gears of the fixing is Hartman. We learned earlier. Someone is doing a wedding to his son. You're not allowed to have that day. You're not allowed to have that person. It becomes asur. Why? Because he's doing Avoda Zara. So what do you see over here? You see that, why are you telling me that if he's doing a wedding, so then you don't have a problem with Avoda Zara? What is tavzik? When the guys get together for a party. I mean, there's a wedding, that's the official wedding. Official wedding, they involve the church, they involve Avoda Zara. But when they do just like a bachelor party or something like that, then it's not. That's what it means over here, that you're allowed to. So we said in the end of the Mishnah that anything else, if he doesn't specify, you assume it's okay, unless he clearly said it's Avoda Zara. My stone, my Pirusha. He said clearly white. So, star means I want a white wheat. No problem. I want a white wheat for the Zara. That is a problem. So, something like if you down on the base, why share a problem to sell white wheat? Bisham, a white chicken, white rooster, that's never the Zara. But white wheat? And if he says clearly over the Zara, of course it's also. So what's the Chiddush? Ela stom de koma chiti. He didn't say what. Pirusha de koma chivato. And he said white. Now the Gemara is going to understand the same way a white rooster is also, white wheat is also also. Marshal that chicken, even if he says just chicken without saying white, it's also. Question what we just said before, that as long as he's not saying in one white, it's going to be fine. He said white. That's okay. So what's the Chiddush? Why? He doesn't want for the Zara. He's very connected to the Zara. So the same way I'm so close to the Zara, other people's are as well. So I want them to give me. In other words, whenever he hears of the Zara, he's much more charitable, he's much more willing to do business, and maybe even gives a discount. So he says, you know what, I'm going to say for the Zara. I don't really need for the Zara, but it's good business. So maybe that's how we'll explain the words what he said for the Zara. Says the Gemara, no. If he said for the Zara, I take him face value. For the Zara, you can't sell. He comes and says he wants a chicken who's missing a finger. As we said, missing a finger is fine, but he's requesting it. Maybe can you sell him a full chicken? The fact that he's specifically saying that I want it to be cut. Maybe it's Aram. He's playing the system. He knows that people don't want to give him white. He says, can you give me a one with missing a finger? Hoping to get him one which is full. What time it's Haramo? What happens? He says, I want a white. Give me a black one. Great, thank you. Give me a red one. The fact that he's taking the black and the red shows he's not really intending for the Zara. Maybe he's tricking again. Haram. So more taker. More stays with his questions and taker. He says, there's other items which are also for the Zara. You're not allowed to sell them. He says that the Zara of Avraham Avinu, Masechet of the Zara, was 400 prokim. Now the simple understanding, Pashup Shah means that in the time of Avraham Avinu, there's so many of the Zaras in the world, you need to go and explain each one of them and speak on each one of them. That's why there was 400 prokim. There's more depth to it, but okay. We have only 5, and we still don't know what we're talking about. Even though it's so little, we still don't understand. My gosh, what was bothering you? So that's the gear. So the Gemara has Dekel Tav, Chotzav, V'niklas is now sell to a goy. Dekel Tav Udom is Banin, and Dekel Bishim is Banina. You now sell a good palm tree, but a bad one you do. We said you can't give them anything connected to the ground. My Dekel Tav, Peir is Dekel Tav. Talk about the fruits. The fruits of a good dekel, they don't sell them because they give it to the Zara. Fruits of a bad dekel, you could sell them. Says the Gemara, Avuna Peir is Dekel Tav. Now, what is chotzav? It's a kashbo. What's a kashbo? Rashi says a type of dates. Toys disagrees. Toys brings different pshatim what it is. He says that the different types of kashbo, one of them is the thing that Yeshua used, the plant Yeshua used to do the tchumim Eretz Yisrael. So that's maybe 2 types of kashbo. Takes one to say, okay. What is niklas? It's correct. It's not niklas. It says niklas. I don't know what it is. I don't know. You translate to karaiti. I don't know what it means either. What exactly did you help me? Someone sent me today. It's like when you read article, you want to understand something, they give you an English word, you don't know what the English word means either. So what do you do? I'll tell you what I help you. When you go to Eretz Yisrael, Matu nikras v'lo. You tell him, show me a niklas. He'll say, I don't know what you're talking about. Amatu kuraiti b'yadi kamak. You show him kuraiti. There's a type of spice. They'll know what it is. They'll show it to you. So yes, I helped you. Now that you can understand the meaning, but you will be able to come and figure it out if you go somewhere else. That was the nekudo of this translation. So this is this daf.